This is a 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer Obsidian, and today I'm going to take you around this beautiful SUV and discuss the biggest challenge Jeep faces with this model. I borrowed it from Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. It is available for sale. Be sure to check out the inventory online. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker. At the very top is a description, and base price is $96,450, so huge price decrease. And here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. And it does continue at the top on the other side. Starting off the options is the Silver Zenith for $695. Customer preferred package is $54.95, which is basically the Obsidian. 8-passenger seating, rear seat entertainment group. Destination is $2,000 with a total price of $107,830. And here are the Philly common numbers off to the side. For 2025, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer Obsidian L did see a price decrease of $5,495. Now, obviously that's really good news, because if you add a few options, you know, you're down $5,495, so that's a good thing, right? Now, let's talk about this really quickly. The biggest struggle and really challenge Jeep is going to have in 2025 is the fact that they are still rocking this with a 3-year 36 bumper to bumper and a 5-year 60 powertrain. If I were to go to the Cadillac store today and look at an Escalade, those have a 4-year 50 and a 6-year 70 powertrain. Now, obviously, if you look at a Mercedes, Lexus, it's going to be the same story. And if Jeep wants to play in the premium brand realm, you got to do what the premium brand realm does. You can't offer a $100,000 SUV, call it a ultra luxury SUV, and give it a basic warranty that you can get on the Grand Cherokee. Just saying here, I mean, this is a really nice SUV, and they've had it out now for a few years where they should have resolved some of the reliability issues and dependability issues that they were having early on. But nevertheless, one of my favorite full-size SUVs for sure. Love it with the Obsidian package. As you get closer, you can see they've done a great job with the overall headlight design. Projector, full LED. It also has the sequential turn signals too. Also down below they have this projector style for the fog lights. Now, I had a Wagoneer and the headlights were just out of this world amazing. I'm pretty sure these are probably slightly better or about the same maybe. Parking sensors, and they also give you one off to the side for pulling into the garage. Black trimming down here. Adaptive cruise control, and they do give you a camera with a sprayer to clean it off. I like the Wagoneer spelled out right there on the front end. Really great design, and something you get with Grand Wagoneer is this little vent on the hood. That's what premium brands do on the hood. They give you this nice little design accent there. Now, as far as the suspension goes up front, you are going to have a double wishbone air suspension. And this is why this thing rides so good. Fabric material for the liner in there. And then here are the tires. These are the Pirelli Scorpion Verdes. 285, 45, 22 is the tire size. And if you do plan on towing a trailer, 2,601 pounds per tire. I'm sure these are extra load because they're built for those who plan on maybe towing a small trailer. Now, if you look at it off to the side, the L version definitely is a lot bigger for sure. You can tell a difference in the styling. It does give you the black roof, black mirrors, which has the turn signals right here. More cameras, Jeep badge. I like the fact that they give you the convex blind spot, heated outside mirrors. Even the roof racks here have that black trimming. Really no chrome on this at all. Also, painted door handles with that black accent. You can lock the doors for front and rear, and of course unlock them by sliding your hand in. If you have the key in your pocket, these running boards do drop down just before you get to the door. And they really blend in with it too. You don't even notice that they're there. It just looks like a side skirt basically. And here's that Grand Wagoneer. I like the font that they used for this too. It looks really good. They have a little bit of a polished accent to them. American flag right there. And these do have little lights. You can see right there. Black trimming around the windows. Air suspension is on all four corners. And those wheels have like a gunmetal look to them too. More parking sensors. This is going to have a 30.5 gallon fuel tank. No surprise, but you're going to have to burn premium because of how this engine is tuned. And out back, here are the taillights. Full LED. Like that black accent that they give you right there too. More black trimming down below. They hide the hitch, dual exhaust. There's two cameras on the back too. One for backup, one for your rear view mirror. And if you want to open this up, no surprise, all power. Better be for this much money, right? And this is why you get the L. You get a longer wheelbase, which is going to help it ride better, and you get a lot more storage behind that third row seat if you have to have it up at all times. Now, here's what the Escalade don't give you. They don't give you power seats where you don't have to hold the buttons. I don't understand why the Escalade still makes you hold the buttons. I don't have time to hold buttons. I'm driving a Grand Wagoneer. I don't need to do that. I also like the fact that you have this carpet that goes further up, because if this was all hard plastic, this all gets scratched. So this is a nice luxury thing that they added to this SUV too. If you want to drop the second row seats, you can do that from here too. You can't put them back up, however, so you have to go move your butt up there and do it yourself. But if you want to put the third row seats back up, they do it pretty quickly. You also have these tie downs that slide here. Subwoofer. And just below, oh, they actually have the crossbars already here. A little bit of storage. That's where your jack's going to be at right there. You have 12-volt power. And you can kind of see that suede roof out back. They don't do these pillars out back in that though. And if you want to put the tailgate down, the button is right here. And it gives you about 2 seconds to move from underneath it, which I like. And then here's a side view. Under the hood is a new 3-liter inline-6 twin-turbo engine. This is probably one of the best engines on the market, simply because of the inline design. Personally, it's very smooth. The power is just, it's everywhere in the broadband. You can see both the turbos on this side too. Now 540 horsepower comes on around 5,700 RPMs, and 500 pound-feet of torque comes on around 3,500. So they did do a bump in power with this engine. All that power does go through a reliable 8-speed transmission known as the ZF 8HP75, and yes, that transmission is probably the best thing in the full-size market today. 0W40 oil. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. When it comes down to the interior, this is where the Grand Wagoneer is the clear winner. They give you more for the money, and let me explain that real quickly. Obviously, you're always going to get a premium leather wrapped interior with these types of vehicles, right? So you have all this plush, soft touch leather, decent trimming here, satin, and check out the door handle. You see how it doesn't slam closed? Like, they don't have to do that because no one probably even notices that. And that's, I think that's metal too, actually. Also, 20-way seats, and we'll come back to that in a second. But outside mirrors do power fold. Auto up and down for front and rear windows. More soft touch leather. More leather. And you guessed it, even down here, they wrap this door card in leather. You know, this is a small thing, but no one really does this. If you go and get an Escalade for 160 grand, they don't do this down here. It's just, to me personally, it's the biggest thing for me. Like, I look at things like that, and Jeep is winning in my book. Even on the kick plate here, you have like this satin Wagoneer badge. It says Grand Wagoneer on the side of the seat, and all this wrapped in leather. Again, all this wrapped in leather, power steering column, 20-way seats. You can change the bowstring here and here. You have shoulder support. You can adjust the headrest. By the way, these headrests, they're power. I mean, when was the last time you seen that except for in a Mercedes or a BMW? Perforated leather, you can see in the center of the seats. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many different ways to adjust the seat. I love the thigh support that they give you up here. Power pedals, automatic headlights, electronic parking brake, 2-spoke steering wheel. Actually, Escalade decided to go back to this too. Let's go and check out the passenger side. A 20-way seat on this side. Love the white stitching and piping. They do spell out Grand Wagoneer on the dash. They leather wrap, add a little bit of chrome accent to these grab handles. You have that suede on the roof. Looks great. Let's go ahead and put it into accessory mode because I want you guys to see this passenger screen. So what you have to do is there is a button right here. You can also find it in the screen here. Turn this on and now you can control the music. You can put in a address for the navigation, all that good stuff. Or if you're just not wanting to talk to the person driving, you can just watch TV over here. You can have wireless headphones hooked up to this. You can also check out how good or bad the person can park. It goes on and on and on. And yeah, just the attention to detail on this is just really nice. They did a great job. More leather. And look at how high the carpet comes up here too. So again, if this is all hard plastic, oh, this gets scuffed and scratched. Well, with carpet, it always looks good for years and years. You have the seat memories on this side too, by the way. And I didn't mention you have massagers. Let's go ahead and check out the rear. Even in the second row, you have leather down here. Curtains, you don't really see these anymore. And this one does have the 8-passenger. I think that if you need the third row seat for adults, this is probably the only one I recommend because you see how high the seat cushion sits up from the floor? Your legs are never going to be in your stomach basically. So I think that this one has the largest one for sure. It has perforated leather, so it's going to add a little bit more comfort back there. These seats are powered. You have 2 USBs, Type A, Type C, and they put the vents on the sides here as opposed to on the roof, so you're going to have better headroom. And they give you a glass right there. I mean, this thing is just selling itself. I mean, more leather wrapping. This is the nicest one on the market. I'm sorry, I know the Escalade is nice, and it is nice. It's just not as nice as the Grand. It really is the best when it comes down to the interior. More leather right there. And they do give you the screen now here, heated and ventilated seats. You're also gonna have dual climate control. So this has 4-zone climate control. They also give you 4 USBs, Type A's and Type C's, 12-volt power plug. A little dark back here, but yeah, this is definitely one of the best. This one also had the rear seat entertainment. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Listen to how the door sounds when you close it. You guys hear that? That is basically a luxury car door sound. They thought of everything with this for sure. Push button start. It's actually wrapped in leather. A lot of leather in this thing. Even on the dash, you see all that leather up there? That's why I like this better than the Wagoneer, because the Wagoneer dash looks kind of cheap. Right there, heads up display. And here's that 2-spoke steering wheel again. I love the way this feels. You have the autonomous driving too with this one. There's so much to show, and I'm going to try to make this really brief. So this is your home page. You have these widgets you can set up. If you want to push up there, that makes it go full screen. Go back. If you swipe this way, you have more pages that you have. if you want to change some of this stuff, you can hit the pencil and you can add whatever you want in there. You might want your suspension maybe, for example. So that way you can have your suspension, that way you know you're in normal mode. You can see the drivetrain basically. If you go to media, by the way, you guys see the marble background? I believe you can change that if you like. This is for like your XM radio, FM, AM. Let's go to comfort. There's menus here. Sometimes you overlook them. You have front, you have seats, you have massage, and you have rear. Not sure why it's not coming up. But yeah, you have all these different menus. If you want to turn on your seats, you have 3 settings. For intensity, you have 5 different settings. So if you want rock climb, that's what it does. You can just do lower back. If you did extend, it's right there. Yeah, it's really nice. And you can turn on the bottom cushions too. If you go back to seats, all your bolstering and lumbar can be controlled. And let's just keep moving on. If you want to add 2 phones, that's what I like about this infotainment Uconnect. You can have 2 phones hooked up on the Apple CarPlay. I don't think any other manufacturer does that. I could be wrong. I don't go and review all of them, but for the American brands, I know of only this one that does that. So up here, you have your vehicle. If you want to turn on your auto dimming mirror, you have it right there. If you want to drop the headrest down, if you want to drop down the power side steps, if you want to turn on that passenger screen over there, all that can be done. If you want to change the colors of the lighting in the interior, you can do that too. You can spend hours and hours and hours setting all this stuff up. And yeah, if you want to swipe it, you can. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. Here's the cameras, 360, no surprise. You can do a wide view out back. Also, you can do a backup camera view for widescreen. Just below the screen, you have your climate control button. So if you have the screen off, you can still control some of the climate for the SUV. Also down here, this is actually a screen. So obviously you guys saw, if you want to control your seats and you want to keep your navigation up, you can do that down on this one here. So you can even turn the screen off if you don't really need it on. But if you want to open it up, easy to do. You have your wireless charger, 4 USBs. You have 6 USBs, HDMI. These are going to be for the screen over there. 12 volt. There's no shortage of power in this thing, as you can pretty much tell. You can mute the system if you need to. Auto stop start can be disabled. Auto hold function, so if you had a stoplight and you want to keep your foot on the brake. Lane keep assist, caution lights, traction control. This is self parking. You can turn the parking sensors off. Tow haul mode if you plan on towing a trailer. And then you guys saw earlier, that's how you basically turn that screen on. You have your drive modes, air suspension. You hear that? That's metal. Cup holders are hidden in here. You can see the keys right there. And 2 USBs. Velvet for these areas. And this has a cool box too. And it's illuminated. On the roof, this does have HomeLink. I do like the HomeLink better in the Escalade, by the way. Also here, vanities. Up top, you can open the rear lift gate. You can control this twin panel moonroof up here. Also, you have a place for your shades. And here's your 4K camera. You can turn that off if you like. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. If you plan on putting this in your business name or towing a trailer, these numbers are going to be important to you. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 3,900 pounds. The rear is 4,530 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating is 7,950 pounds. The wheels are going to be 22 by 9 wide. And then all-in payload is 1,469 pounds. So if you plan on towing a trailer, this definitely can handle a good bit, and it having the longer wheelbase means it's going to tow a lot better than the standard one. I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try my hardest to get this next to an Escalade and show you side by side, so you don't want to miss it. And see you guys soon.